I've probably eaten thousands of bagels by this point in my career.
Can you address the elephant in the room?
That I'm walking.
Congratulations, Eden Rainbow Cooper. She is the winner of the Boston Marathon for the first time.
Winning Boston was insane. There's no real other way to put it. It was just insane for me. And I'd love to be able to do it again. But it feels like a new course every year I do it because of the weather or the people or anything like that. But at least I know for me, like, what my plan is.
Like, what did I just do?
I know.
Oh.
This is one of the best post-race reactions I've ever seen.
Yeah.
So my disability is called sacrogenesis, which means that the bottom few parts of my spine didn't form when I was in the womb. So I don't have a sacrum or a coccyx, which is where all your nerves go through into your lower body. Mm-hmm. So for me, all of my nerves are sort of, the way it was explained when I was younger, and I've just gone with it, is that they're all kind of bundled at the bottom of my spine. So my feeling is not maybe 100%. In my lower legs, and I don't have much muscle growth in my lower legs. So that's, yeah. So I can still walk, but not for very far. But I'm trying to walk more because it helps in the long run for me, basically.
For the sports?
No, just in terms of living an easier life, because it's not like, basically I don't know if I'll be able to walk forever or what, so if I can keep my legs as strong as they can be, then it gives me a better chance of sort of like, as I get older, 40, 50, 60, whatever, still being able to sort of be up and mobile. Hello. I find in the morning if I sit down, then I'm not going to want to get back up. That like comfort just kicks in and I don't want to go outside and I don't want to go in the cold and go and train, so I kind of like switch on and then that's it. Like I'm in like ready to train sort of mode just by standing up a bit, I guess. And so like I just did the New York half, and out of the women's pack I was sort of, I was in the front, but I could see like the men in front of me also. So in my head I was going, well, now I want to see how many men I can sort of overtake and beat. I was actually in senior school when 2012 was happening, and there was a big push for a scheme called Playground to Podium, which basically was to get kids and kids with disabilities involved in sport and trying out different sports. And I was like a PE avoider. I did not want to do it at senior school. It just wasn't for me, and it was really hard to find things that like I was able to fully take part in and feel good at. So when I went to this scheme, like my mum was like, you are going to it. So, okay, fine. And so we went to it and they had a racing chair there and they put me in it and I was like, yes, like this is so cool. This is so freeing and it doesn't hurt my body to do. It didn't just change me going, oh yeah, like sport is for people with disabilities. It also just changed what I thought was possible as a person with disability. You know, here were 20 other guys living completely normal and apart from sport, probably quite boring, normal lives, which didn't always feel possible when I was younger. So sort of seeing that, it just changed my mindset so quickly on, oh, like I can actually be anything I want to be. I love it. I love to race. I love like the adrenaline that I feel on the start line and when there's all these just awesome people around me as well that I get to race against. Now the fun starts.
Aluminium, no?
Yeah, so mine's what we call like a hybrid.
Because
so
this is carbon.
Carbon and then aluminium. Yeah, a lot of people sort of switching over to full carbon chairs, but they're expensive, so. And my chair's good because I can change this part out so it bolts on. So for now, while I'm still figuring out like the right position for me, this is like perfect. Just gives me a bit more freedom to figure it out. We don't have like the checkpoints. We have to bring it ourselves and carry it in like a hydration flask thing. Yeah, and then we have to tape it or hold it or put it onto our chair somehow. So you kind of really have to pick your moments. It's happened to me a couple of times where I've gone to take a drink or a gel and someone else has like had a kick. So for me, I have, a camelback with a hose, but it sits between my legs.
Okay.
And then you kind of, like the hose sort of just is there. So when it's the right time, you kind of like can quickly grab it and bring it up to your mouth. 3 times 3 times 1,000. 1K is 2.5 laps. So I can really sort of like push myself on them. The average then is normally faster than it would be for the full marathon, but it's not quite as tiring. It's always good when it says speeds or indication though, because it means I can kind of like play around with them a little bit.
How did that feel?
Oh, it was good. I train in total 10 times a week. So 2 of them are gym sessions and then 8 of them are a mix of either in the chair or sort of on a row machine or a ski erg. That is what I choose to push up to try and get better at hills. It's like a 8% gradient pretty much the entire way up. It's a kilometer from start to finish. And it is the most painful thing in the world, but it's fantastic. And it's always windy because it's on a wind farm, and it's always a headwind going up as well, so.
It's a perfect mix.
Yeah, my theory is make it as hard as possible and then everything else seems a bit easier. But coming down here I'll hit the same speeds coming down here as we hit in Boston.
Which is?
High 60s, so like I hit once 70 kilometers coming down here. It's normally my morning sessions are higher intensity or like a long push, and then the afternoon sessions are either gym or like just a heart rate push, keep me moving, accessory stuff. So yeah, still that's like my weekly thing. I shouldn't need to have help to walk through it, like get through a door. So yeah, for me, that's what accessibility is, really. It's just being able to be the independent person that I know I am. I just think that like there is probably a lack of education around disabilities in general. And when there is education on it, it tends to try and have like a stereotypical disabled person, which just doesn't exist. So then it becomes even harder to try and break the norms that people have then sort of like figured out. And you have to for me, when I stand up and stuff and people go, oh, woo, which I understand, I fully understand it.
She can walk!
Yeah, exactly. She's fake. No, I'm joking. But it's one of those things that actually there are a lot of wheelchair users that are ambulant and can walk around, and half the time you would never even know that they needed to use a wheelchair like on the daily basis. But yeah, don't know. It's fun to break stereotypes onto us. Keeping my upper body strong in general is so important because there's so much load that goes through it each week. So yeah, strength work, I mean, I don't think there's any, and if there is, there's not many wheelchair racers who won't be doing gym work at least twice a week. More than anything, not to make them faster or anything else necessarily, but just to make sure that our bodies are staying healthy, yeah.
It's Eden. Yeah, girl! Woo!
It's just a big jump for me. First race of the season and to come in second, it means a lot to me. It means that my training's been going well. Yeah, the new chair definitely helped. I think now I'm used to it. This is really the first time that I've raced in it and I feel really super strong and comfortable in it. And it makes a massive difference when you're comfortable in your equipment. I ran that chair into the absolute floor. There are so many cracks in it now, and like when I touch it, the paint comes off of it. And I remember being in like a cool room once, and there was duct tape holding it together, and the other girls were like laughing at me, going like, "How have you done like London?" And like I did my first Boston in it. Like, how did you survive in that chair? 2 marathons in 6 days is tough. And not everyone does it. It's quite common for us wheelchair racers to do it because it's less impact on our body, but it's still hard. And, flying across the world to then fly back again it's quite a big task. And it gets better each year, just having more experience of doing it and sort of going through that is really crucial. But what I've learned is just rest and recover. I'm not making gains. I just need to feel good on that Sunday and like I'm ready to race. London, Sydney, Chicago, British Championships, Berlin, Dubai Championships, New York, Paris, Sydney. I've only been once, but I got 2 medals.
How come?
Oh, because that was for coming second. And that was like the taking part medal. I was in Chicago after the Paralympics when I got my 6th star. And it was a real hard effort to get there because I got injured at the Paralympics. And that meant so much to me. Like I crossed the line and I was like, I made it, I did it. And then I got that medal and I was just like, okay, I can do it now, that's okay. I saw a video of Manuela wearing this across the finish line and I thought, that's the coolest thing ever. And then I got it.
You get to wear it now. It's just like the thing.
Yeah, so they put this on, so it's like...
They should put it on you.
Yeah, they do. So, there's photos of me wearing it, but it's very delicate. So now it's just like...
Yeah, sitting
like
there.
the shrine, like, oh! But it's the coolest. It is literally the coolest thing. I think there's a huge misconception around Paralympics that anyone can do it. I've often had conversations with people that go, oh yeah, well, if I trained in wheelchair racing for a year, I could be as fast as you. And I go, okay, do it then. So I would really, really, really just love for people to understand that we are elite athletes. We are the best of the best. We have to work just as hard, if not harder, than some of our able-bodied counterparts because, we don't get the funding, we don't have like all of the studies and all of the help. It's a lot of parasport is quite guesswork. So to make it is really, really difficult. So yeah, I just wish more people sort of understood that it's not, the Paralympics isn't about us being disabled, it's about us being athletes.